thought the battery went flat on this. Come on, get outside. Nice to get a cut on those surrounds. I haven't done it for a couple of weeks and they are looking schmick, even with this nasty cloud cover and like 6-degree weather. And it's like basically raining at the moment. Everything is still growing, holding color and looking like really, really good. So today we're gonna get another cut on the green at 3 mil. So I haven't mowed this green in about a week and a half now. So we should get a little bit of grass off here today. I don't think we'll get much, because our temps have been so cold. Our night temperatures have been below 0 degrees and our day temps have not even been getting up near 10 degrees. Struggling to speak because it's so cold. So let's give it a cut. I want to see how much we get off here. Only going to be doing a single cut today because, man, a double cut would be a waste of fuel at the moment with how cold it is and how much slower I think it's growing. But 3 mil cut, if you guys didn't know, last week I actually cut this down to 3 mil. Which is just awesome that we're at this point right now. I really want to get a top dress done this week, but again, been raining, wanted to get onto the fairways this week. It's been raining, and I even wanted to spray some weeds around the dam and tidy the dam up, but it's just been an odd week. So let's get this mow on. Let's have a look how good the color looks after we get all this dew off and see how that liquid iron kicked in from last week as well. Come up pretty good after that cut. Now I got a lot of grass off there. Probably could almost do with a double cut. I need to bump my cutting up to 2 times a week again now, which I didn't think would be happening this time of year, but the regular fert is just keeping this thing ticking along and keeping the color in it and making it look absolutely pure. Like, brah, it's crazy, man. I didn't expect to get that much up. Now I want to show you guys a couple of problem areas that I'm dealing with and how I'm going to have to fix them once we start to get a little bit more warmer weather, which is going to be in about 8 weeks. We'll be working on it. So over this side of the green where these trees are just here, you can see there's a bunch of trees here. This is where it gets shaded throughout the end of autumn, through spring and summer. The sun's in different positions, so it doesn't get that much shade through here. It just shifts throughout the year. It's the way it is. But when we were establishing this, it was quite shady when the seed was coming up. So there is a few problem areas which still have not completely filled in. Now I need to top dress this. I didn't actually top dress these areas the other day when I top dressed the other side of the green, this is one of the areas that I top dressed the other day, and that looks so much better, man. Like this little bits of growth coming in between all of these areas now, all up in there as well. It's actually moved a bit and popped through the sand really nicely, surprisingly. But these spots here are definitely my problem areas, as we can see. I mean, they have filled in the last month compared to how bad they were, but they're not great. But in this spot here, I actually created just today. I came too quickly through here and put the mower down just a little bit too quick, and it scuffed through. Because this grass isn't mature, if you come in on slightly the wrong angle, you get little spots like that. Now that will recover because there's grass all underneath that, but it still looks nasty for this time of year. And even this here, this spot, you can still see the tread marks from the bunker rake from when I put the seed in. You can see it's just never really filled in. So that needs some top dressing. I need to start doing that now, to be honest, because we're still getting active growth. Well, not active, but we're still getting growth on here, and a bit of sand will actually attract a bit of heat in those areas and there is a little bit of unevenness all the way through there. I'm I really don't know how well you can see it on camera, but there's just a few humps and bumps and like undulations through there, which need like weekly top dressing to really start getting on top of how bad it is, because it's just a random dip too, just here. You would not be able to see it on camera, but it dips down quite a bit just there, which is just sunk because I didn't compact the sand enough, obviously, when that black barrier was there. So that spot there, I might actually have to get a turf cutter in. I don't know, I'm trying to decide, or just regular top dressing. We'll see how it runs throughout this season with regular top dressing and just try to bring that level up bit by bit over time. Otherwise, we will get a turf cutter, cut the turf out, put some sand underneath there and raise it back up and basically try to baby it back in, which when you start to take turf and put turf back on a green when you're cutting at super low heights like 3 mil, it's tricky. You just got to be super, super careful. It's a very, very tricky thing to do. And the only other problem area really is this spot just here, which just didn't get enough seed in there when I fixed this area up. Now the ducks keep chewing it out, so I just need a top dress in here, same thing, and top dress these little areas here. Now the reason these spots didn't come in as well, they get full sun, they're fine, but when I was first mowing it with the mower, it did used to dig in a little bit. Now it's sort of leveled out because of the regular top dressing we did through the season, because it wasn't too bad. So this area come springtime should fill in, and we shouldn't have any more problems with that as well. I mean, it was sort of the same as here. It just kept washing out and it was a little bit uneven as well. So this is another spot that we've got repairing. We've been top dressing this one though, and it's creeping and it's starting to get level with the rest of the green as well. So we should be good. But in general, the color of this green is just insane for this time of year. Very, very happy with how it's all turned out. Even the ryegrass, like with all the frosts we've had and the cold weather, it's ticking along nice. Now the ryegrass hasn't had as much fert. And as we can see, it is starting to get some yellow tips here and there. And that's just from frost burn. If I kick some liquid iron back in here and my special mix, my lawn tips mix, it would fix up all of that nasty frost burn that's just coming through here. Just wanted to get your guys' idea on this. So I had a mate over here today, Kev. We were chatting about the bunker, where I'm gonna place it. Now his thought, and I actually really, really likes this idea, is putting a bunker sort of just off the edge of the fairway here, which might catch a few balls going into the dam, but actually creating like a little bit of a mound in front of the bunker, so in between here and the fairway, creating a little mound and having quite a deep bunker here and a riveted one at that, just so it looks really, really good from the tee box up the top there, and it's going to stop a few golf balls going in the dam, and also hitting a shot from here into the green is going to be a lot better hitting from the back, because you're actually hitting into a green that has a lot more surfaces that the pin placements are going to work from the bunker. Whereas from the back there, if you were standing here and there was a bunker just here, which is where I was talking about, you're actually hitting into a green that just slopes all down towards the dam and in that direction. So it'd be really, really hard to hit a shot out of that bunker and keep it on the green. So it just makes it a little bit more playable over there, stops a bit of the balls going into the water as well. And on top of that, thinking of running like a rock drain like this one over here and just running it in between the fairway and the ryegrass here. Run the ryegrass up to the rock drain, and the cooch is going to be there up to the rock drain, and it's going to separate the grasses a little bit, and it's also going to catch any water that comes from the top of the hill up here and tends to always run down through here either onto the green or into the dam. So it'll just sort of help create a little bit of a barrier between the grasses, but also a little bit of a drain, a nice rock drain, which will look nice too. What do you guys think? So plans for the fairways and stuff, as soon as this weather disappears, we're going to be straight into it. I want to get irrigation done very, very soon. Haven't even got a chance to respray the fairways to get all the weeds and the Kikuyu out again, because there is some stuff starting to pop up again, which I thought it would. So it's time to spray that again and then turn it over, and then we'll sort of be ready to start thinking about some irrigation and stuff as well. So that's the next thing on the project list, and then tee boxes, bunkers, rough, lots and lots of stuff to do. But appreciate you guys watching so much, and I'll see you guys very soon.